Hey, how's it going? Welcome to my channel where we discuss about practical money topics. So in this episode, I'm going to be talking about insurance, specifically what really pisses me off about buying insurance in Malaysia. So my first story is when I was about to buy my very own insurance as an adult, and I set up an appointment with one of the big insurance companies to meet at a Papa Rich. I remember at the time they weren't bankrupt yet, probably around 22, 23 years old. And then I told my mother, I'm gonna meet this insurance at this Papa Rich. And then my mom said, oh, can I come? All right, whatever, sure. So then we meet the insurance agent. Imagine this is Papa Rich. Let's say I sat here, the insurance is over there, my mother sat here, and then the guy was going through my policy that he recommended. And my mother was just, being a busybody mother, asking around questions, which is fine, that's what mothers do. But for whatever reason, the guy, he was supposed to be talking to me because I'm the one paying this, not my mother, it's my insurance. My mother just tagged along. But I guess after a while, when he was explaining the thing, he was kind of splitting the attention between me and my mother. Maybe he thought my mother's gonna pay for this. The dynamic of how the group went was like, he was talking to my mother mostly, and then he talked to me like I'm a child. So here's what he did. He's like, oh, ma'am, you get this insurance is like this. And then he looked at me and he's like, okay. And then went back to my mother, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm not a child. So anyway, I let him do his whole presentation, and at the end of it, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna buy from you. I don't understand why you treated me like I was a child there. I'm the one who's paying for this, and it really pisses me off. I'm not gonna go ahead with you. He accepted my feedback and never contacted me ever again. But that was a little weird. I feel like he probably was like a new agent or something, I'm not sure. So that was my first story. Now the second story is, ever since I was a kid, my mother bought me insurance. I mean, she has her own insurance, and then she bought like the dependent insurance. So ever since I graduated, I got my own job, and I thought it would be a good idea to have my own insurance and not be dependent on my parents anymore, because rightfully so, I'm 20 plus years old. So at the time, all of the insurance agents, they would promote basically the same thing. No matter what company, they will promote hardcore investment-linked insurance. I'm not sure if you know this, but there's two types of insurance. The first one is investment link, and the first one is just regular insurance. You don't get anything back unless you have an accident or something that the insurance will trigger, and they have to pay you according to the contract. But let's say you pay for a couple of years and nothing happens, you can't get your money back, or part of your money back. That's the regular insurance. So for the investment link, let's say you pay 300 ringgit a month. So it's like half of your 300 ringgit is going to like this investment fund. The other half is the actual insurance for you. Now there's pros and cons to everything. The pros is that after certain years, they will give you some sort of bonus. It's up to you to do whatever you want with that bonus. You can cash it out, do whatever you want, or you can use that money to repay your future premiums. So that's quite nice. It's kind of like a forced savings. But the downside is, because half of your monthly payment is not actually going to the insurance coverage, so your insurance coverage is actually really, really low. So if you ask anybody around like 20 something who got investment linked insurance and just ask them like, how much would your dependent get in the unlikely event that you die? What's stated in your contract? Most of them will say, oh, I'll get 100,000 ringgit, 150,000 ringgit. And it's really not a lot. If you think about it, 100,000 ringgit, what can you buy? You can't even get a Honda Civic. A Honda Civic now is 140,000 ringgit. If you have a mortgage, this house even, I have a remaining 330 or something like that outstanding loans. So what can I do with 100,000 ringgit? Not much. So I decided for my own insurance, I do not want to get investment link insurance. I just want to get regular insurance. For this amount of money, I'm going to get a larger coverage, but I don't expect to have anything back in return, no investment linked. And when it comes to investment, that's a whole nother spectrum of responsibility that I'll do separately. So I just want to split my insurance and my investment, two separate things. And luckily nowadays, we have a lot of insurance products that you can actually buy online. So while I was shopping around, I need to know what is already covered from my mother's insurance that she's paying for me ever since I was a kid. So I logged into their website, and then it stated there what my insurance is, but they're using their lingo. And if I click on it, right, it says they're like 100,000 ringgit, but it doesn't say what does it cover, what does it not cover. It doesn't say. So in order for me to find out, I actually have to call them and then ask, hey, I'm logged into my thing right now. I want to know what is covered and what is not. So it says here that I have so-and-so policy. What does that mean? This is actually a critical illness, but you don't have hospitalization. And I'm like, oh, okay, thank you for that. I mean, you could just put that on the website. I don't have to call you, right? So now I know that I already have critical illness for my mother's insurance that she bought for me ever since I was a kid. When I wanted to buy my own insurance, I mean, if money is tight, I can like not buy another critical illness if I don't want to. So that's another thing. A lot of insurance companies, when you go to their website, they have all these lingos. I don't understand a damn thing, and I think they're doing it on purpose to confuse you, and therefore you have to call their agent. And even if you call their agent, they also don't do a really good job explaining. So it really pisses me off. Until recently, there are a few companies that have improved tremendously. So for example, Etika Insurance under Maybank. If you go to their website and just check out the insurance products that they have, I really like how clean their website is. And it's very clear what the insurance is covering. They have infographics and stuff. So in my opinion, it makes it really easy to understand what it's all about. And then maybe later on, I have a follow-up question like, hey, is this included? Is that not included? That's when you either chat with them live or give them a call. So I think the upfront transparency really is attractive to me, and I would imagine a lot of younger people who are used to online stuff. So the next company that I thought was really good is a new company called FWD. And if you go check out their website, I think they have the best, cleanest website ever. It's like so easy to understand. I go to the website, I know exactly what's up. Download their brochure. They give you some scenario. Oh, if this happened, and then you can claim this, and then later on you have a baby, and then you add this, and then something happened, and then you can claim again. I think that whole journey there, it really visualizes it very well. I understand the main point of this product, and I really appreciate companies that are very transparent up front. They don't use any lingos, straight up simple English. Okay, so while I was looking around for new insurance, I think my employer has like some sort of medical card. They bought it under AIA. So I thought like, well, since I'm already covered under AIA for this medical thing, maybe I can just add on the other life, critical illness, or whatever it is I want to add on with AIA. So I went to their website and it looks very clean and very neat. That's a pretty good job. It makes it a little easier for me to understand. However, a lot of the products you still can't buy online. So if I want to buy something like a medical card or whatever, you have to click on the contact me button, fill out a form, and one of the agents contacted me and we arranged for like an online video call. And I said to her what I want and what I don't want. I told her I don't want the investment link because the coverage is so low and I don't want to invest in this. I just want insurance. I can invest elsewhere. And then at the time, my wife is pregnant and we are expecting a child. So I also kind of want family insurance. One thing I pay for everybody would make my life a lot easier. So assume that my child is already born. How much do I have to pay every month and what is covered for my family? Very simple question, I thought. She said, at the moment she heard that I said my wife is pregnant and we expecting a child, and then she said, oh, we also have this pregnancy insurance because it can blah 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 during the. I'm like, that's not what I want. I wanted like a life insurance and also a medical card for everybody. That's all I want. How much is it going to cost me roughly? And how much is the coverage? That's all. Come on, man. Very simple question. But is there just the constant trying to shove as many insurance product up my face? First of all, it confuses me. Second of all, it pisses me off. So then she came back later with a quotation of everything, and lo and behold, I told her I don't want investment link, and what did she give me? All of them investment link. What's wrong with her? I told her specifically I don't want any of this, but that's the one that she gave me. I think it's because that's the one that gives her a lot of commission. So I find a lot of them dishonest. They're not out there to look out after me as their client. They're just looking out after their commission. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I'm pissed off with insurance in Malaysia. So if I could find an insurance product that I can buy 100% online, that would be good. So far, I have shortlisted Etika and also FWD. I'm gonna meet the FWD agent after this in like an hour. He sounds like a very knowledgeable guy on the phone, so I have high hopes for him. Like when I tell him something, he seems to get it, not like the last one. The point of me meeting the agent is for him to customize a plan of what I want and what I don't need. Alright, so I'll update you later. That's the end of this episode of what really pisses me off with buying insurance in Malaysia.